Hello everyone, I am Suprita Puranik K of MCom Final, MPM Government First Grade College, Karkala. I am here to explain about interest rate swaps. First, let us know the meaning of interest rate swap. So, it is a contractual agreement between two counterparties to exchange one interest payment for another over a set period of time. The two parties that agrees to exchange the cash flow are called as counterparties. Here the principal amount is notional because there is no need to exchange the actual amount of principal in a single currency transaction. There is no foreign exchange component to be taken account of. Interest rate swap is the exchange of fixed rate payment for floating rate payment or vice versa. It is important to note 2 points. First, there is no exchange of principal amount either initially or on maturity, as notional principal amount is the same. Second, on each interest payment date, only the net amount will be paid or received by the counterparties. Characteristics of interest rate swap. First, notional principal. Notional principal is a predetermined dollar amount or a principal on which the exchange interest payment are based. So, the interest amount, whether fixed or floating, is calculated on a specified amount borrowed or lent. Here the parties do not exchange this amount at any time, it remains constant throughout the life of swap. Second, interest rate. It may be a fixed rate or a floating rate. Fixed rate is a rate which is used to calculate the size of the fixed payment, whereas floating rate is the interest rate which is calculated using a reference interest rate like LIBOR, that is London Interbank Offer Rate. Third is a trade date or a effective date. Trade date may be defined as such date on which the swap deal is concluded. So normally they are paid semi-annually or annually. Effective date. So effective date is that date from which the first fixed and floating payments start to accrue. For example, a 5-year swap is traded on August 30, 2002. The effective date may be September 1, 2002 and the 10 payment dates from March 1, 2003 to September 1, 2007. Fourth one is the duration. So the duration is the lifetime of the swap. It can go from as short as 1 week to as long as 30 years or more. Next is the currency. So the currency in which the swap is denominated and which payments are made. Most of the interest rate swap types are single currency, but there are also types of interest rate swap which are made using more than one currency, like currency swaps and quantity swaps. 6 is master agreement. The advantage of signing a master agreement is that the terms agreed upon in that document do not need to be renegotiated for each individual transaction and apply automatically. Seventh is the cost of swap transaction. So entering into swap itself does not generate any particular cost with the exception to the fees due to broker or electronic trading platform or administrative cost of handling the confirmations, etc. Cancellation of swap. In case one of the counterparties would like to get out of the swap transaction before its maturity, both the parties can reach a mutual consent to terminate the swap earlier. Next is the advantages of interest rate swap. First, it helps counterparties to take advantage of current or expected future market condition. As the principal amount is same for both side of currency and fixed payment is frequently exchanged for a floating payment, the company can take advantage of floating interest rate in the future. Second is corporations employ interest rate swap to dynamically change their financial structure from floating rate exposure to fixed and from to fixed to floating rate exposure. Third one is swap can also more precisely match financial risk with operational risk. That is, swaps helps company hedge against interest rate exposure by reducing the uncertainties of future cash flows. Fourth one, swap can also be used to lengthen or shorten the average maturity of portfolio or liability structure. However, long dated interest rate swap can increase the duration of portfolio, making them effective tool where managers aim to match assets with the long term liabilities. So, swaps can be broadly classified into two types. First one is fixed to floating. Here, the customer receives cash flow at a fixed rate of interest and simultaneously pay cash flow at a floating rate of interest or vice versa. So, the cash flows are calculated on a notional principal amount and the floating rate of interest is usually determined by reference to transparent benchmark. Second is floating to floating. In this kind of swap, both the counterparties exchange interest amount based on two different floating reference rates through the life of swap. Example of floating rate benchmark are term money rate, government securities, treasury bills, etc. However, these are not available in India. So, who can enter into interest rate swap? So, interest rate swap may be a rupee or non-rupee interest rate swap. So, primary dealers such as banks and financial institutions are allowed to enter into rupee interest rate swap for the purpose of hedging their exposure as well as market making. However, corporate customers are also allowed to enter into rupee interest rate swap only for the purpose of hedging the risk rate on underlying assets and liabilities. So, in case of non-rupee interest rate swaps, all participants are allowed to enter into this transaction only for the purpose of hedging underlying exposure. So, let us see how swaps work. Upon determining that an interest rate swap would be prudent financial decision, an entity employs a swap dealer to arrange the term of swap. The parties with the outstanding floating rate debt seeks the lowest possible fixed rate. The counterparty's floating rate usually is determined using an index. So, other factors such as financial strength of the dealer and the counterparties are also considered at this time. Once the parties agrees to the terms arranged by the swap dealer, they must enter into an international swap dealer association, master agreement and certification. So, this certificate assures that the entity has legal authority to enter into the swap. So, the length of swap is also determined at this time and is usually 1 to 10 years. After agreement upon the terms, the parties are ready to enter into an interest rate swap. Interest payments are determined on a monthly, semi-annually or annual basis. So, the net difference between the two interest payment is paid by the party whose payment exceeds the others. So, this difference is the only amount exchanged and principal and interest amount are not exchanged. So, the original issuer of the variable rate debt usually still has to pay the remarketing and liquidity fees associated with the debt. The risk associated with interest rate swaps. So, first one, interest rate swap involve two primary risks. They are interest rate risk and credit rate risk. First one, interest rate risk. Because actual interest rate movements do not always match the expectation, swaps entitled to interest rate risk. Credit risk. Swaps are subjected to counterparty's credit risk. Many entities attempt to mitigate this risk by swapping only with the counterparties whose financial position is rated AA or higher. Second is another risk with swap is basis point risk, exposing the swapper to unexpected or additional costs Risk occurs when the index used for the swap contract does not correspond to actual interest rate on the variable rate debt. So this risk can be eliminated by having the counterparty pay the same variable rate as the rate on the bonds. Finally, an issuer must factor in the cost of swapper fees. These fees are paid to the dealer and they can erode a sizable portion of the saving created by a swap. Also, if the swap turns unfavorable, a swapper must pay an unwind fee or assignment fee to terminate the agreement. So these fees can be excessive and these fees must be borrowed by the counterparties. As a conclusion, we can say that interest rate swap involves exchange of interest rate between two counterparties, and they use this interest rate swap to hedge against changes in the interest rate in the future. Thank you.